Hi everybody, it's Jen here with a totally random and surprise layout. I went to a crop a couple weekends ago and did quite a bit of Project Life, so I'll probably be doing a quick review video for that. But I had gotten some stuff ready for a couple of layouts and didn't get to them at the crop. I just found that what I brought with me wasn't working for the photos that I brought, and I got some new kits this week, and so they worked a bit better. So this is the photo that I'm using. It's a 4x6 that I just cut down just a teeny tiny little bit, and in the end I wish I hadn't cut it down and that I'd moved it up, but that's okay. So I'm using I believe it's the London kit from Felicity Jane, and I think it's the London kit. It might be the Sophie kit. I can't remember. Sorry. I got them both at the same time. But I wanted to use that green because I just felt like it worked really well with this photo. And then I also pulled out some yellow because there's just like that pop right beside that old truck there, and I just felt like it pulled the colors out using these bright colors on the bottom here. The flowers were a little bit more than I was going for, but I think it works out okay. And also I want to preface this by saying this is very much so scraplifted from Jen Schow. She did a video really recently with Ellie Studio stuff about her daughter getting a kitten, and it was exactly the same. Oh, her photo was a little bit bigger, but it was exactly what I was going for with this one. And after I watched her video, like I totally rearranged how I was going to do this. Not a huge amount, but it inspired, you'll see it if you've watched her video, it inspired how I finished it off anyways, with these little arrows and how I did the journaling in my title. But anyways, I just wanted to put that out there that yes, if you see the resemblance, there is a definite resemblance because I watched her video and then came rushing down here to get this finished. Yeah. So I'm using this kit, and I matted my photo just with some white. I know that it's already on white cardstock, 8.5 by 11, but I just matted it again anyways. I just think that looks good. And then I'm using just this kit. I didn't grab anything else other than for this, I used the stamp set from a couple of months ago that actually Jen Schow designed, and it's her own brush script handwriting that you can stamp. So I just stamped that with some black Versamark on a piece of scratch paper and then just cut around it. So I like the difference between the very blocky love font and then the script with this. And I've seen her and lots of other people do that recently, mixing the two fonts, and I think it looks really cool. And I've done that lots myself with thickers. I've just never actually stamped it before, so I was impressed with myself that I did that. I'm usually far too lazy to take the time to do it, but I really love that stamp set and bought it and wanted to use it. Here I'm deciding that polka dot at the top just doesn't have enough presence. Maybe it just kind of blended in a little bit too much, and I really felt like it needed something. And I really wish I hadn't put that photo so far down. I put it underneath that yellow strip, and I wish I'd pushed it up a bit, but that's okay. And what I might do is go back later and make that strip at the top a little bit bigger, but you'll see what I do just to sort of bring the top down a little bit more towards the photo. And yeah, I think it turns out okay. There's just like that really big gap between the top of my photo and the top of the page, and I'm not sure if I like it or not. All these little bits are from the cut apart sheet, that little strip, and then that tag, which I actually made it into a tag by punching it, which I think Jen Schow did the same thing. And then that beautiful is some punch out labels that came with the kit as well. I'm inking all the pattern paper with that Distress ink. I think it's pumice stone, and that's just something that I tend to do. I think it's my glitter girl training from a long time ago. She likes to ink, and so I started inking, and now I feel like my page isn't done if I don't ink. So but it kind of makes the paper just stand out a little bit more from each other and off of the white, and so I like that a lot. And especially with that paper already being white with just the gray lines on it, I think it helps. I'm just trimming this a little bit more before I put it on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm putting these arrows down like they're sort of points, but I'm not going to use them as points. I'm just going to draw lines and do my journaling. You'll see in a moment. I'm going to put the love down. I sort of spread it out more than I had it on that piece of wax paper. I'm not really sure why. I just did, and I'm just turning the page there to move it up a little bit. It was a little bit, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it was not quite working. And then just deciding, and I'm going to pull that E up just a smidge and tuck it underneath. And I love that title. I think it looks cool. So here you're going to see my really stupid, annoying pen is totally dying. I'm trying to get it working. These Project Life pens, they're like hit and miss. Like they work, they don't work, and it's like, are you finished? Are you not finished? Sorry for my head in there and my messy hair. I have, if you can't tell from my voice, I've had a nasty cold. It's finally starting to get better. I'm hoping, really hoping I can go to work tomorrow because I haven't been at work for like a week and a half, and that really sucks. For both personal reasons and then getting this cold afterwards. So that stinks. So anyways, there's my journaling. As I said, I just filled it in. And this is a photo that my husband took of an old rusty truck. And there I'm just trying to pull it up, and then I can't because the foam squares are on the photo. So I can't pull the photo up. But I wished I could pull the photo up a little bit more. Yeah, so this is a photo that he took when he was away on a trip, and used this really cool filter on it, and I just loved it. I thought it was just super cool photo. And there's me discovering that if you cut the top of that off, there's a little cutter on that that little bee washi tape that came with my kit, which is cool. Except it cuts it really straight, and then so I had to kind of cut it, rip it off a little bit so that it didn't look quite so straight on my layout. And then this is my sort of solution to all that white space up the top. I just found a couple more pieces out of that kit. That label says details, and it has the same green as at the bottom. That little heart is the same material as those triangles. It's kind of like a chipboard with a glossy, and then I find these enamel dots just to pull some of that sort of peachy pinky color up to the top. So I'm going to put a couple up there if I can get them to stick down, and then just because I've put them up there, I'm going to put them down at the bottom, and I'm going to just tuck a couple green ones in there. And again, they're not really cooperating with me. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.